Deep in the northern wilderness, where the world's oldest forests breathed in green waves across untouched mountains, Aria felt the familiar pull of destiny again. The elemental compass, still warm from the phoenix dragon's fire, glowed a new color tonight, a deep, pulsing emerald. "Another dragon," she whispered, heart racing, "and this one feels ancient." Beside her, Ember, the fire-bright miniature dragon perched on her shoulder, chirped nervously. Its tiny wings flickered like candlelight. The emerald glow pointed toward the Verdant Crown, a vast, uncharted biome said to hold the oldest living trees on Earth. Legends called it the place where the world still remembers its first breath. It was also rumored to shelter one of the rarest miniature dragons ever recorded, the Jade Forest Dragon. These dragons were said to be carved from jade itself, with leafy wings and eyes like polished rain. They were guardians of life essence, able to heal forests, awaken ancient seeds, and even control growth with a breath of green shimmer. But they had not been seen in centuries. Many believed they were extinct. Aria was determined to prove them wrong. The forest that watched her back. As Aria stepped beyond the first ring of colossal trees, the world transformed. Moss glowed beneath her boots, vines shimmered like woven emerald threads, and the wind itself carried whispers that sounded almost aware. The Verdant Crown was alive in ways ordinary forests weren't. Trees leaned closer as she passed. Leaves chimed softly. Roots shifted under the earth like sleeping giants turning in their dreams. Ember pressed close to her neck, uneasy. "It's okay," Aria said. "We're guests here, be respectful." But even she felt the pressure, an invisible weight, like the forest was deciding whether she belonged. The ambush of green shadows. Hours later, the emerald glow intensified, pulling her into a clearing thick with fog-like pollen. The air smelled of ancient earth and blooming magic. Suddenly, crack! Vines shot from the shadows, branches snapped inward. Something enormous moved through the fog. Aria lifted her lantern, pulse pounding. A creature emerged, cloaked in leaves and branches, its shape shifting with the forest. For a moment it resembled an elk, then a wolf, then a swirling column of roots. A forest guardian, not a dragon but a sentinel. It lowered its head, vines twisting, ready to charge. Aria raised her hands. "Wait, please, it's the compass. It brought me here." The creature hesitated, the glow of the compass reflected in its bark-like eyes. Slowly, the guardian stepped aside, revealing a hidden path she never would have noticed alone. Ember chirped in astonishment. "We're being allowed in," Aria breathed. "We must be close." The heart of the Verdant Crown. The path led her deeper into a giant hollowed tree so vast it felt like stepping into a cathedral of living wood. Light poured through openings high above, turning airborne pollen into falling glitter. In the center stood a pedestal of intertwined roots. On it lay a stone egg sculpted of jade, veined with flowing green energy. Aria gasped. "It's an egg!" But before she could reach for it, a quiet, melodic hum vibrated through the chamber. From above, descending on wings shaped like translucent leaves, a tiny dragon glided into view. Its body shimmered like polished jade, its wings glowed with chlorophyll light, and its eyes, warm, ancient, intelligent, studied her with serene caution. The Jade Forest Dragon, alive. It circled her, trailing green sparkles that made tiny seeds sprout instantly on the ground. Flowers bloomed with each beat of its wings. Aria knelt slowly. "I'm Aria. I'm not here to harm you." The dragon landed before her, tail curling like a vine. It touched the compass with a glowing claw, and the emerald energy inside the egg flared bright as sunrise. The forest's cry. Suddenly the ground trembled. Leaves shook violently. A deep groaning sound cracked through the forest canopy. Aria stumbled. "What's happening?" Ember squeaked in alarm. The jade dragon chirped sharply and took off, circling frantically around the egg. Aria saw it then, dark lines spreading across the roots, like veins of decay. The verdant crown was dying. Someone was draining its life. Aria sensed it beyond the chamber, a metallic vibration not natural. She followed the pulse and discovered a horrific sight. A hidden machine, massive, whirring, buried in the soil, was harvesting sap, roots, and magical biomass. Someone had installed an illegal extractor, and it was killing the forest. The jade dragon screeched in agony. Aria threw herself onto the machine panel, smashing at the controls. Sparks flew. The extractor shrieked, coughing smoke, and then it collapsed into silence. Instantly, the forest exhaled. Color returned to the leaves. Roots pulsed again with life. The jade dragon nuzzled Aria's cheek in gratitude. The awakening. Back in the jade-lit chamber, the egg hummed softly. A small crack appeared. Then another. Aria held her breath as a second Jade Forest Dragon, a newborn, peeked out, its shell glowing like fresh spring leaves. The older dragon guided the hatchling forward. And then, in a gesture older than recorded history, both dragons bowed to Aria. A swirl of green magic wrapped around her, settling into the compass. For the first time, a new symbol etched itself onto the metal, a leaf-shaped sigil glowing emerald. "You trust me," Aria whispered, moved to tears, "and I won't let your kind fade into legend again." The adult Jade Forest Dragon curled around her wrist, a tiny guardian choosing her as its companion. The hatchling chirped, Ember chirped back, and for the first time, Aria realized she was building something far greater than she imagined. A family of miniature dragons from every corner of the world, and a destiny that was only beginning to reveal itself.